Hey Mud Puddles, welcome back. Today we are going to be working a trash bag amigurumi pattern. The written pattern is of course on my website mudsyarn.com, but otherwise stick around, we'll get to making them. All you need is some yarn of any color, whatever color you want your trash bag to be. I'm going for this white cream yarn. Pink for blush if you want it, and a darker color for facial details, safety eyeballs, if you feel the need to give them eyeballs, scissors, needle, and of course a hook matching your yarn. Since I'm using worsted weight, I have a 4mm hook. So let's get started. So this will be made from the bottom up. So the first step is going to be to chain 11. So we're going to make our slip knot like this, or however you prefer, and then chain 11. Yarn over, pull through 11 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we are going to skip the first stitch and single crochet 9 on this side. So in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you should have one chain left over. And in that last chain, we are going to single crochet 3. This will be the corner of our bag, so this will start to wrap around. 1, 2, 3. And on that last one, we're going to start working down the back side of the chain where those back bumps are. And I'm going to hold the yarn from the slip knot so I don't have to weave it in later. So we're going to single crochet 8 down the back. 1, 2, 3. So we're just going in under that back chain loop, yarn over and yarn over. And then you should have one left at the end, which will be the back side of that first single crochet we did. And we're going to chain, or sorry, we're going to single crochet 2 in this one. 1, 2. So you should have 22 stitches all the way around. For round 2, we're going to single crochet in all of those 22, continuing in the round. Before that first stitch, we're going to pretend I already had one and put this wonderful bright pink stitch marker in there. You can use a piece of yarn or a safety pin. Bobby pins also work wonderfully. But we're just going to single crochet in every single stitch all the way around. And yes, I have a band-aid on my thumb. It has little sloths on it. It's very cute. But also bright colored and silly. Because adults should have fun bandages too. And when you get to those corners, you can start to push the corner bit out, which will help give your bag the pseudo corners of a trash bag. Here we are, last ones. Round 2 complete. For round 3, we're going to single crochet 10 and then increase, and we're going to do that twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it should be basically at the corner of the bag. And then increase, so 2 single crochets in that same stitch. And then one more time, single crochet 10. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then increase, so 2 single crochets in that very last stitch. So for round 3, that should be 24 stitches all the way around. And then rounds 4 through 7, we're going to just single crochet, and this will give us the height of our bag. If you want a super tall bag, you can add more rounds, but I definitely wouldn't do less than 7, because then when we put the tie at the top, he helps still keep that bag shape. And finishing round 7. And next we'll be adding our eyes, if you're choosing to add a little personality to your garbage bag. They should go between rounds 4 and 5, about 4 stitches apart. I do not have measurements for any of my safety eyes, so I couldn't tell you exactly what millimeters. Just pick some that look good. So here we have our 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches apart. Let's put our other one here. Looks good. And we'll put our washers on the back. And he's got some little eyeballs. Now, continuing to round 8, we're going to single crochet 4 and then decrease. And we're going to repeat that for the whole round. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I prefer the invisible decrease for all my amigurumis. So under the first front loop, under the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2. You've successfully decreased, and it looks a little bit more minimal to me than some of the other ways, but that's just me. 1, 2, 3, and 4 single, and then decrease. So again, on that little V, we're going to go under the first loop, under the first loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease the last. Round 9 is going to be a single crochet around. So So the final count for stitches on both rounds 8 and 9 will be 20. 20 single crochets. Making amigurumi that have their eyes on them so early just makes it feel like they're watching me. At least he's cute. My yarn split. If yours is like mine and curling at points, don't worry. It stops doing that once it's stuffed. So no need to break a sweat. For round 10, we're going to single crochet 3 and then decrease. One, 2, and 3, and decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Three and decrease. And that should give you 16 stitches. Oh, my finger's in the way. 16 stitches all around the top. And for round 11, we are going to single crochet around the whole round. And of course, if you think this trash bag is cute, be sure to like the video. Leave a comment on if you like trash bags, because they're just kind of funky objects, or what household object we should make next. And don't forget to subscribe to see what that next object could be, and follow me on this journey of yarn and chaos. Okay, and then for round 12, we're going to single crochet 2 and decrease. 1, marker, 2, and decrease. Two, decrease. Two, and decrease. And now I would recommend stuffing him as full as you would like your trash bag to be. The fuller he is, the more he will have that puffed out trash bag look. I have a fistful of stuffing. I like stuffing it when we're closer to the end, so my goodness, so that you can get more stuffing in your amigurumi and not have it poof super weird, or have the top half like super flat when all of the stuffing is down here. So that's why I stuff mine closer to the end. But if you would like a larger hole to stuff it, feel free to stuff sooner, of course. There. And then for round 13, we will decrease in every stitch. And then we're going to sew it closed. I tend to keep my finger on the stuffing to help keep it out of the way of my stitches as well. I have found that helps minimize what I'm going to call stuffing pull through. Decrease, decrease, whoops, there we go. And I tend to finish off by slip stitching in the last stitch that was part of that decrease, chaining 2, and cutting with enough thread to sew closed. I found it when you sew holes like this closed, if you use just, similar to the invisible decrease, if you use just half that front loop of the stitch, it helps it look more solid and doesn't leave as many gaps. Pull tight. And then I don't trust just weaving it in, so we're going to tie a little knot. And string it back through like this. And then squish him out. He's looking very bag-like already. And now we're going to make that top tie for his garbaginess. This will be done in rows. So first we're going to start with the slip stitch. And chain 2. 1, 2, and 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. So not that first one, but the second one. Turn over, pull through, and pull through 2. And again in the same one. So you should have 2 stitches. And then we're going to turn and chain 1 and increase in both of those. So 2 more single crochets in each stitch. She should then have 4. Turn, chain 1, and then we're going to increase in this first stitch, so 2 single crochet here, single crochet 2, 1, 2, and increase in the last stitch. 1, 2. So now I have 6 stitches total across. Turn, chain 1, decrease, and since there isn't an inside of this, that's when I'll do the traditional decrease of going under the whole stitch, yarn over, pull through, under the next one, yarn over, pull through, and then pull all through 3 loops. And then single crochet 2, 1, 2, and decrease one more time. Turn, chain 1, and decrease twice. 1, 2, and you should be back down to 2 stitches. Now we're going to stitch across those for 5 rounds, or 5 rows, I guess. And turning and chaining 1 at the end of every one. So single crochet 2, turn, chain 2 rows, 3, 4, 5. And this is what we will essentially tie to get that knot at the top of the bag. Turn, chain 1, and we're going to create the second extra fabric, if you will. So we're going to increase in both stitches. 1, 2, so now I should have 4. turn, increase, single crochet 2, and increase, turn, chain 1, decrease, single crochet 2, decrease again, turn, chain 1, decrease twice, 1 and 2, turn, chain 1, and decrease one more time for 1 last single crochet. Chain 2 to finish off. Leave a long tail because this is how we'll sew this to the top of the bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out, and you may need to make more rows of the 2 single crochets if you need more space. It's a little difficult, but we're going to tie this, whoops. Uh-oh, maybe I need to make more. But we're going to tie this in an overhand knot. Oh, come on. I don't like having a bunch of extra tie, so I didn't want to do, whoops, do too many. Here, I may have made this harder on myself than it needed to be. Come on. This is the chaos part of Mud's yarn. Okay. Just needed some tough pulling. But then you should have your knot and the 2 sides with all the increases and decreases to make this almost little bow look. Then we're going to take our needle, thread it, work it back down the side, because obviously we don't want to tie the ties to our bag. We're going to sew the knot to the top of him. So I'm just weaving in and out down the side to get my yarn down there. And then there's no right way to do this per se. The goal is just to attach them. If you really wanted to, you could always glue it. But otherwise, I tend to stick, or attempt to, this one's being difficult, stick my yarn, my needle under the knot that was made. And that's how I sew it together. But however attaches best, if you really wanted, you could just make a tall bag like this and have a drawstring attachment almost, and have it be a usable trash bag. Then I'm going to weave in this end a little bit. I just tend to weave it back and forth through some of the stitches without pulling too tight so it doesn't cause a divot. Tie a little knot in it so it's less likely to weave itself back out. Stick it in that same stitch and then pull through like that. Cut this one loose. Weave in the last little bit of tail over here. I have found that the knot ends up being a great place to just put these yarn tails, because then they don't tend to wiggle back out or do anything too crazy. And there you are. There is the base little trash can. And if you would like, you can, of course, add some little blush cheeks to it, which we'll do, because I think that's just too cute. Then I can put the yarn back out the same place it started, tie it in a knot, cut it a little bit shorter so it's more manageable. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hook in through one of these stitches in the back, pull it out the same hole where the knot is. If this works. Sometimes it doesn't. There we go. And then just pull those excess threads so that they're tucked inside. He's got a little blush, and we'll give him a cute little smile too. So I have found the easiest ways to do smiles is to similarly start with the yarn randomly outside, put it so it's in a line, and then you're going to go up underneath just that smile thread and back in that same stitch, and then out the one we started. And what this does is as you pull it tight, it pulls that first yarn down to give him a little cute embroidery smile. Forgot where I put my scissors for a second. And then same deal, we'll tie this without pulling it too tight so it pulls crazy. Stick this in one of the stitches in the back, in the bottom, hook the yarn threads. Oh, this one isn't working as well. Hook the yarn threads and pull them up inside the blush. And there you have it. This is a great thing to stuff with yarn scraps because he is, of course, a trash bag, but he is 10 out of 10 adorable and will still your heart. Thank you for watching. If you make one, please tag me on Instagram at MudsYarn. I'd love to see all your little wonderful, loving trash buddies. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!